What up? My name is Charlie.
Hey, my name is Teddy.
What's up? My name is Trey.
And today we're here to talk to you about how to cope with dysphoria.
Dysphoria is something that I've been dealing with my entire life, and as you probably know, it sucks.
Dysphoria can be pretty harmful. It's not easy when there's something about your body that you just cannot help but focus on and hate yourself for it.
It just eats up your insides. It's not a fun feeling. However, I'm thankful for dysphoria because if it wasn't for it, I would never figure out who I was. So it's a blessing and a curse.
It's always good to find ways to feel better about yourself and make that feeling go away, because it doesn't define your life. It's only a bad feeling. You can't get rid of it, you know?
These are personal things that I've discovered along my journey. Obviously, it won't work for everybody, and maybe you'll find your own ways, but these are just some suggestions I had.
I think a good way to cope with dysphoria, first of all, is the ways trans men usually masculinize their bodies by binding and by packing.
Whenever I could present and look in the mirror and think I looked like a guy, my dysphoria would go down. Before I had top surgery and I had to bind all the time.
Binding being compressing your chest in order to make it look more masculine or flat.
Winter or cold seasons were definitely my favorite because I could layer.
The thing you have to remember about binding is that even though sometimes it's really hard to deal with the dysphoria and you can't deal and you don't have enough money to buy a binder, do not bind with bandages. Yes, it's gonna help your dysphoria, but it's gonna fuck up your body. And you don't want that. Do something that is healthy for you. 2 sports bra, one over each other, you know, or like even 3 if you want. One day what I did to bind when I didn't have any binders is that I took a tank top that was my size or maybe a bit too small, and like I stretched it and stuck it in my underwear so that it would like, you know, be really tight, and it took that natural man shape and actually made me look flatter. But yeah, get creative.
Underwear, this helps with packing,
which is putting stuff down your pants to make it look like you have a package.
I recently just got these private structure underwear, right, with a pouch, okay? And then I got somebody to sew in this piece of fabric on all of them, like a seamstress, and I ended up just telling them I had penile cancer. It worked. You know, they don't really need to know what it's for, so they can just do their job. But anyways, I sewed a piece of fabric right here, and then you can tuck your packer in here and it looks real, and so that's nice because it's not touching my skin. It's not skin to skin, so it doesn't get sweaty or funky smell or something. However, before I did that, I just had like these regular underwear with a pouch, and then my packer fit really well, but it was skin to skin. Anyhow, basically any underwear I found personally with a pouch, and I like the trunks better than these brief thingies because it feels like I'm wearing like a bikini. But I like these better. But anyhow, even if you just get a couple and, you know, kind of switch it out days that you feel kind of bad or dysphoric or whatever, then that's helpful. I also noticed that whenever I feel especially dysphoric, you know, below the belt, I use my STP, my stand to pee, so that helps me, you know, even if it's one time at the urinal, it works for me. Also, I used to do this when I was younger, a younger trans guy. I used condoms on my, basically whatever I use to have sex with. It helped me feel like a biologically born man. It's just kind of like something that makes you feel better, I guess.
One of the other things I really like to make me feel better about whenever I feel dysphoric is to sing. I know that right now my voice is not the best it's been because my voice is cracking. I'm like almost 3 months on T, and so I can't reach the notes. I don't have as wide a range as I used to, but that's gonna go away first of all because that's what happens. And still, I can still sing some songs, you know, and so what I like to do is to sing a song and then look at videos of me on the internet or something singing that same song, but like months before. And it's kind of crazy, but it really, really helps.
I want to, but I can't help it. I love the way it feels. It's got me stuck between my fantasy and what is real.
I need it when I want it. I want it when I don't. Tell myself I stop every day knowing that I want. I still at times feel really dysphoric about my voice. I know that it's gonna change and it's gonna keep dropping because I'm only 3 months on T, and you know, it just feels good to see how much it's dropped already. But yeah, really comparing the changes between my voice and just playing music in general, finding that song that talks to you.
I play an instrument, the drums right there. That helps when I feel especially crappy about myself, which luckily lately isn't too often. So that works. Play an instrument, learn a language, something like that.
Listening to music helps too. You know, you just lay down, you listen to your favorite album, you sing along, forget about the world around you and stuff. Watch some TV shows, watch some movies. I really like to do that because when I'm watching a movie, when I'm watching TV shows, and I'm just get lost in the story and forget about my own for a second, it feels good. Also, another thing that helps is working out.
Working out is really important when you first start tea. Not only does it help with your pent-up energy and kind of your shorter fuse. I wouldn't say aggression necessarily, but that your fuse is shorter than it used to be. It helps with that, but it also, especially if you do upper body, it can help your shoulders get broader so that when you look in the mirror, you look more dudeish, you know, which reinforces your sense of identity and probably helps with dysphoria as well.
If you can't go to the gym, just YouTube like home workouts and you'll find a bunch of exercises to do. It really helps feeling better. I bought like, you know, these bars that you put on top of the doors and you can do chin-ups and stuff like that with it. You know, whenever I feel sad, I'm just gonna do some chin-ups and it helps, so that's cool.
Also, I suggest you document changes, even if you don't see a lot of changes at first. If you just document, you know, take pictures, short videos, whatever, and then a couple months or weeks or however long, you can look back. I frequently look back at my old videos when I feel like I'm being misgendered or I'm not passing very well. I'll look back at my old videos and I'll be like, wow, I really did change. It's just kind of in my head, you know, I just need to be confident.
I consider myself pretty lucky because I am not very dysphoric anymore. I have been on testosterone for almost 5 months. It's going great. I'm really happy. And I know that surgeries and other stuff are going to happen soon. I pass really well in society. I don't really struggle with it on a daily basis the way some people do. However, it's the type of thing where if I do ever feel dysphoric, I just have to remind myself that I'm getting there, I'm going to get there, and that everything is going to be okay in the end. And that's really how I deal with it.
It's really important to document your transition. It really reminds you whenever you feel like you're not going fast enough, whenever you feel stuck, whenever you feel really dysphoric, you can go back to it and feel better about yourself and just, you know, realize that you've been a long way already and you're far from where you were at the beginning, and you keep evolving and you have to find ways to enjoy the present because it's really important. Your identity doesn't suck. Being transgender doesn't suck at all. It's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing, I find. And I find it really sad that some people think otherwise.
To anyone out there who is dealing with it, just remember, you're not alone. I know it's cliche, I know it's said a lot, but you're really not, and I know and I understand how hard it is. I've been through it. So many people in this world have been through it, and it sucks, you know? Not to sugarcoat it, not to pretend like it doesn't. It sucks. It really does. But if you can find a way to overcome it, just go day by day, reminding yourself that it's all right and that it'll get better, and one day you'll be able to look back and realize that all the pain and all the suffering was worth it. I think that is the best way to overcome it. Make sure you surround yourself with people who are supportive, people who care, people you can talk to. Find people you can talk to, a counselor or a teacher or a therapist or a friend, or talk to me, really. Find a way to express your pain and your hurt, because when you express your hurt, it makes it so much easier to deal with. Remind yourself that you're worth it. It hurts now. It may hurt so bad, but one day it'll come to an end. One day that storm will pass and you will be living the life that you want to live, physically, mentally, and socially.
And then my last suggestion would be, if you get misgendered, speak up about it, because that just builds your confidence more, that you can be assertive. You know, you don't have to be an asshole, but you can just say, you know, I'm a guy, or hey, it's not ma'am, it's sir, or whatever. All these suggestions, of course, just take with a grain of salt, and you kind of will see what's good for you.
If you really need help in any ways, you can contact me. You can add me on Facebook, send me a message, just tell me how you feel. I'll help you deal with it if you need. And hopefully, amongst all these tips that we've given you to help you deal with that feeling, hopefully you'll find something that works for you. If you have your own ways of coping with dysphoria and you want people to know about it, don't forget to go in the comment section below and tell me exactly what makes you feel better and why. That way, if anybody watches the video, you can look in the comment and get even more tips on how to deal with dysphoria. Isn't that beautiful? You can go and subscribe to Trey's channel and then to Teddy's channel. And you can also subscribe to my channel. right here. Check out my other videos and stuff. Like my page on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Don't forget, I'm always here to help you if you need to. Peace out.